What's up, everybody? Hello to all of my pedals. It's me, Tabra Rosa, aka La Rosa Negra, or Black Rose if you're nasty. And it is motherfucking season 3 in this bitch. We done made it. Now, before hold your applause. Before we get too far into this, we do have a guest with us today. May I introduce to you Naomi, Imani Dior.
It's me.
That was so anticlimactic. All the background noises building up, and you just like, hi.
Hey guys.
So, starting out for motherfucking season 3, we starting out with a very simple and yet very complicated episode. Same genus, different species, reintroducing yourself to your family. Now, I want to preface this with a PS motherfucking A to my family. Because I want to be very, very clear to every one of y'all listening. And I suggest that y'all point this to y'all family as well. Because family members really do be having us fucked up. We're going to start this out very strong. Who I am today is not the same person I was yesterday. Nor is it the same person that you have in your head. It never was the same person in your head. But that's a different conversation. Don't let the person you have in your head of me get you fucked up by the real me. Fucked up, cut off, maybe both, all of the above. The choice is yours. Point is, take me for who and what I am in front of you. Not this romanticized image, this demonized image, whatever it is in your head you have of me. You got something for me now, or you wanna drop it there?
I just thought of like the song from Rent. It was like, "Take me, baby, believe me."
Not Rent. I mean, if we're going down that road, my brain would have went with Mary J. Blige. Just take me. As
I have nothing else. Yes, Miss Mary Kay.
I can only be me. Yeah. Let me stop before I start Mary kicking in the studio for no reason. Kick over some shit and be like, "Oop, I'm sorry." Okay. Before we get into the episode, brief tangent. The studio is no longer in Northern California because, as I was talking about in the last episode of season 2, I moved. I got the fuck ASAP. I moved back home. So now that the studio is in the home, back home in the city, I live smack dab between Gentro America and the hood. And I don't even mean that in a joking manner. I cross the street sometimes to feel like Hannah Montana. Because one side I see white people and on the other side it's don't be outside before the street lights come on.
Period. Yes. Making my way down here.
That being said, y'all are very, very likely to hear Ghetto Bird going over the head. Y'all are likely to hear anybody on a Harley Davidson zooming by. You very, very liable to hear somebody's bass booming in the back of their car. All you gonna hear is you're also liable to hear my family dogs because they don't like people. Much like I don't either. We're all introverts and antisocial, and they are hyper realizations of our identities. And so what social skills we already don't have, they don't have times 10. So anytime somebody they don't know approach, is and if they know you but really don't deal with you that often, it's still. So I closed everything up like Fort Knox, hoping that nobody comes to disturb the groove, but viewers' discretion has been advised. Now let's get into this. For starters, I find it incredibly imperative on my end to reintroduce myself to my family because I sort of
Mm-hmm.
have to. Because
Mm-hmm.
everyone in my family, and I feel like I've addressed this before on here, expects and sort of knows me by my former identity. I am trans non binary, and in being trans non binary, I'm having to restart my entire life over again in this new, after 2 decades on this planet. I'm having to start anew and figure out who I am, what I want to be, what this looks like. I've of
Right.
course got aspects of my old self because you never stop being who you are at your core, but um some things have changed, not just pertaining to my sexuality and who I decide to lay with and any of that. um some things have changed pertaining to how I see myself. Some things have changed as to how I want people to address me. Some things have changed as to what I'll tolerate. Because a lot of stuff, especially when I was a kid, I would put up with it and deal with it. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's, I'ma leave. Click. Shut up. Get the fuck out. All of
Right.
these. I'ma put you out, or I'ma leave, or we could fight, or I'ma just tell you to shut up. Whatever it is, a lot of things we not gonna do, cause that was no.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, what about you, Naomi? When it comes to introducing yourself to your family, have you had to do any reintroductions? Have you actively had luck with being the same person and just sort of having your family evolve with you? What that look like on your side?
Um, I kind of like reintroduced myself twice in a way when I first came out as gay, and then because I was very much trying to give mass for mass teas, when I was younger,
Hey yo,
and I
bro,
was
why you wildin'?
uh, that with a higher pitched voice because my voice
Hey
it
yo,
don't do.
bro, I'm not with that gay shit.
It was very much what's up, what's good, what's good. It was like that, and
Oh,
don't. But
giving
yeah,
very the man on the corner selling DVDs out his trunk.
not the DVDs in the barbershop, honey.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh my god,
I'm
stop!
so sorry.
but but yeah, I had to introduce myself twice, and when I first came out as gay, and then when I started doing, I guess, drag, as I would call it, but I don't know. I would I was doing drag that kind of helped me find who I am today. And once I found that, I kind of dropped the whole drag persona because I was like, that's not me. I can't do drag. But yeah, I definitely had to reintroduce myself to my mom. Um, because like I never really completely like her idea of what I was like was going to completely change when I came out, and I kind of stayed the exact same, still random and chaotic and everything. And like I think she thought I was going to completely change, or it was just like you just know that I like boys now, or you just know,
right. It's
or you just know.
I get
Yeah,
that.
you just know that I put on makeup now and I wear wigs. Like nothing has really changed about me. I might be a bit more open because I had to hold some things back, or I couldn't wear certain things because I didn't want people to realize that I liked wearing makeup and wigs and that I preferred wearing some women's clothing and stuff. So in that regard, I had to hold that kind of stuff back, but nothing has really changed.
Let me just go ahead and give you the snaps for that one, because quite actually, it's a beautiful point to make. In the grand scheme of things, you're not really reintroducing yourself. You're introducing yourself because you didn't have the liberty to be who you were prior, or you didn't know who you were
Right.
prior, especially as queer individuals in our case, because we're operating in this world and the world is straight, is set for all these different people that's not us, and we got to figure out, nope, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me either. Damn, I don't check none of these boxes. Okay, well then I guess that means I'm the other here, and since I'm in the other, I gotta write something into that line and explain that to everybody, and they gonna ask on the application, what is this other?
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. And that's like what I still struggle with. Well, not really struggle with, but like what I deal with is like explaining people to who I am, because I am androgynous, but not really. No, people don't really know what that is. And if you look it up, it's like they have hermaphrodite in the definition. It's like that's definitely not what I am, but it's hard to. It's not hard to explain. It's like it's hard for people to understand that some days I might want to do this, and some days I might not want to do that. It's just, or sometimes I just want to combine the two, and I find it easy to just tell them that like, oh, it's like drag, you know. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's not like drag.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Well, I suppose I could see how it's like drag. How it is and isn't like drag.
Yeah.
On my end, it's that back and forth again in being non-binary, where it's some days, and like currently I have in crochet locks, I had on a full beat yesterday, and I got on a set of acrylics, and so family seeing me now, it's men like on the outside you can see the gears turning, click click click, oh shit, work queen, okay, that's where we are. But also it's not work queen, yes, the house down boots mama girl, no, that's not what we're going for.
Right,
this is supposed to just be me existing, and that's all I am. I'm here to have a conversation. All that's not necessary. You don't have to change how you don't need to like throw in random mannerisms and hand gestures to try and fit me now. I don't know what you thought. I came here to dance for y'all, and that's
it. Exactly. Goodness. But yeah.
It gets hard too, because I had to explain to some people, like, it was an awkward moment, and perhaps I'm putting my business out there. I don't care. There was an issue, especially considering I just moved back home. My little brother actively hadn't experienced me in day-to-day life since about 2018. Yeah, not even about 2018. 2018, because I left January 2019, went back up north, just came back down now. He was 13 then. Not even 13. I think he was 12 then, because he turned 13. Yep, the math is mathing. He was 12 then before I left, because his birthday's in March. I left, so, like, he had an idea and experience with my queerness and whatnot, because I had been playing in makeup on certain events, playing with certain wigs and whatnot, but for the most part it was still day to day. I was typically just in like 2 braids because I wanted to keep my hair natural, also double feature, because if my hair was natural in 2 braids I could just slap a wig cap on, and if I wanted to slap on a wig for whatever reason, whoop, there it was. It was dealing with me in normal clothes, because I was still wearing just like pants. I didn't wear like crazy colors or anything outlandish. And in the off chances that I did wear makeup, a lot of the information both being like, not information being fed, let me rephrase that sentence, a lot of the contextualizing for the kid was just seeing it and sort of taking it as performative action, because a lot of my family understood that initially when I went to college I was a musical theater major, and so, oh, just the performance, oh, you're just practicing. No. And so now it's 2 years later, and like I said, I'm in crochet locks. I had on a full beat the other day, and I have on acrylics, and it was and wasn't a culture shock, but there's a whole bunch of stuff I'm now having to keep explaining to him, because he and I share a lot of common space. My clothes are in his room, and so since my clothes are in his room, occasionally, especially with rough housing, because my mom loves to be the family babysitter, and so everybody's kids is at the damn house usually, everybody in school now, so hallelujah. But occasionally when kids come over, roughhousing happens, and my clothes are in a storage bin, so they tend to, for some reason, kids get investigative and want to go through stuff, and pop, pop, click, and clothes are everywhere. Well, one of them instances, my clothes went pop, pop, click everywhere. I ordered this corset, and for those of you who have been following me for a while, you guys have actually seen that red and black corset that I wear. I ordered it from a lingerie shop. I ordered it for the corset. I wasn't realizing that it was an actual two-piece. There was a thong that came with it. I do not wear the thong. I've never worn the thong, and I don't think I'm going to wear the thong. I say think, because, you know, ever evolving. Maybe one day I'm like, let me show my ass in a thong on a yacht in Dubai.
Yes!
But as it currently stands, I'm never wearing that thong. He sees it, pretends he doesn't. I come up there one day eventually. I see it. I'm livid. Both because I didn't want to have this conversation with him. I know I'm going to have to probably hear something from my mom, so I got to figure out how to do damage control and explain it to her first before he say anything about it or says anything out of pocket about it. Because it just wasn't his business either. Plus, he kind of, like, he not slow because my brother is very intelligent, but, like, I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking his brain don't be moving at the same speed his mouth do. It's very that. He'll say something real dumb and then realize it was dumb, and you'll watch his face come to reality. Sort of like the movies when they be skipping, you hear the audio ahead, but the picture's still like 3 scenes ago.
Exactly that.
And so now I'm at, like, it's addressing that, and I don't know if he did, but there were some, shall we say, explicit items in the very bottom of my storage bin.
Oh my.
And so he hadn't made it all the way to the bottom of my storage bin. I hope. I don't know if he did.
Oh, honey, let's pray.
Right. This is exactly where I am. And it's this issue of having to reintroduce myself to him in all of these different aspects, and him having to consume it both in investigation, both in hearing me, and then realizing this is me. Oh no, look, this nigga ain't going back. This is okay. And he don't necessarily know what to do with it. My entire family is currently adjusting to my pronouns. My mom's struggling most of all. That's not her fault necessarily, though. Because in the whole reintroduction thing, she's having to undo knowing the child that she knew for 23 years, because I'm going on 23.
Right.
And she's like, I accept you, but also it's juggling the different names, me having to consistently explain, ma'am, that's not how that works. This pronouns are a fixed situation. But, like, also, I'm not in the same stage where you can just address me by my previous name anymore, because I don't really go by that. I'm in the process of even legally changing it, and which, at one point, I don't know how to say this to you without it breaking your heart. That kid gonna be dead. Dead.
Dead as heck? What kind of shit you got on that casket?
Nothing. I don't know. I pray you've not had any circumstances like that.
Well, the whole pronoun thing, since I kind of was like, am cool with whatever, it doesn't really offend me or anything. Like, I don't get offended when people call me him or her. It's just, you know.
So you fluctuate with, you really do use any pronouns?
I really use any pronoun, because at the end of the day, I know who I am, so it doesn't bother me what you call me.
I know you saw it in the show notes. I'm all like, I gotta be sure to ask you today. Well, how you feeling? What your pronouns is on this day? Cause I always feel anxious when people say you can use any pronouns. Cause I remember when I was back in the stage where I said any pronouns, and I did in fact believe it at one point. But then certain pronouns just didn't hit the same, and I'm like, and certain pronouns coming from different people didn't hit the same either. Cause like hearing your family who's kind of homophobic address you as she and feeling the vitriol behind it when they say she, I'm like, no. You know what? He is cool. We're good. We good.
You know, don't do that. Don't do that.
Or hearing somebody, watching them actively get angry with life and knowing it's gonna fuck up their whole day, which is still inevitably gonna affect you, because whether their day is fucked up directly by you and they take it out on you, if their day is fucked up and they just rain on everybody's parade in your proximity. How about I just leave you where you at, because you don't mean me no disrespect, and now I'm having to backpedal that and be like, okay, I know what I said before, but here's the reality. It still kind of hurt me to have you do that there, so right. I did that for your sake. I gotta choose to be selfish for mine now, because really the only one of us losing here is me.
Right.
Ooh, child.
Yeah, I get it on that part. Like, for my family, I'm completely cool with them using, like, he, him pronouns and stuff. But, like, online and, you know, my friends, they see my feminine side more. So I'm cool with them using she, her pronouns and everything. Now, if I am glammed up and we use he, him, I'm going to feel clocked. I'm going to feel very clocked. So it's like, I'm cool with it, but at the same time, I'm like, are you trying to say something? Are you trying to clock me right now? Are you trying to say I'm not cunt right now? Like, I don't know. That's why I just say I'm cool with whatever. It's whatever.
You see that? That pisses me off too, though. Cause what is the need in trying to clock me? Like, you did this for what?
And it's like it doesn't really. I mean, I'm gonna say it does kind of offend me, but it's like, it's not gonna be the offense that you want, because I don't identify as a woman. So you calling me a man is like, that is factual. That is what I am.
baby, this wig come off, and I do still have a swing low, sweet.
Right. But it's like, when I feel the hostility to you trying to call me a man, it's like, okay, sis, so you're really trying to offend me, if that was to, like, really offend me.
And that's the part that be pissing me off. Because, like, why you coming out the side of your neck intentionally trying to piss me off at this point? Like, because it didn't bother me, and it wouldn't have bothered me until it's the tone and the energy you bring in.
Right. Like, it's the fact that, like, if I was trans or, you know, feminine and all that, really feminine stuff, like, and you're, like, trying to do that to me, like, that's kind of mean and evil that you really try to do that to, like, bring me down and stuff, if that was the case. Like,
and I always gotta ask, too, like, what did you... It's that Gabrielle Union clip that always plays in my head. What did you gain from this? Did you get the job? Did you win the man?
Did offending me, did making me depressed get you that job, sis? Did you get the car? Did you get the house that you wanted? Did you get it all, hon?
Seriously?
Did it work out for you?
No reason.
Because I'm just minding my business, living my good life, and you're trying to rain on my parade. Like, that's not cute. Mm-mm.
Like, at all. Because there was no reason for you to do this. But now that you did it, I would be wrong, because that's the other side of it too. Yes. I'm speaking, and the episode is in reference to family, so I'm gonna try and keep it centered there. I'm wrong now for coming off the cuff because you decided you wanted to be disrespectful.
Exactly.
And now I gotta be disrespectful and out of line and get your child, and you trying to whoop me like I'm still a kid, not realizing I'm grown now. I'll ball these dukes up and swing on you the same way you trying to hit me, because we not doing this no more. It's a different place. And then, like, I scream back at you. I'm grown. I cuss, spit, fight, and stab, and all of the different things. What's up? And you having to see and find the side of me because I'm not the same demure kid I was once, trying to, again, not just maintain and respect your authority, but because you're breaking all of the respect I had for you.
Exactly.
Like, I'm asking you to respect me, and instead of choosing to just at least consider my request, if you could, like, take it in, let it digest, go, I don't know. Sit on it for a second. Right? Very much. See, I don't know about that one. That's fine. You mulled it over, and as much as, again, it's still disrespectful, I'm not gonna say thinking it over excuses your disrespect, because it doesn't. But thinking it over gives you a little bit of room to, like, give me the grace to know you need to process this. But if you just coming off with the, no, fuck that, you out here just being a faggot, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it for you, sis.
Very that.
Period. Because,
you know, watch your mouth.
Like, it means more to see somebody try and make an effort to understand who you are than just being like, he, him, he. I'ma still call you things you don't be called. And it's like, okay. But to see them try and make an effort, it's just, it's a little bit more reassuring. Just a bit. Just a tad. Just a tad.
And then hearing them also on the, not slightly different, but hearing the excuses, like some of them make sense. It's going to be, the elders in my family, it's not to excuse them. I'm going to remind them and correct them, but I give them a little leeway because it's like, I'm old, baby. I've been doing this for forever long, and y'all got these newfangled thingamabobs going on. I don't know what to call all them. Y'all got them Pringles, them prune juices, them pronouns. That's what they call. Whatever.
Not the Pringles.
I swear to God, I am reiterating an actual conversation I've had. The Pringles, them prune juices, them pronouns.
Y'all got all them new Pringles and all the new hot sauces. I don't understand.
Seriously, I hate it because this is not funny. I'm so sorry. I laughed then and I still laugh now, and it's not funny because they was dead ass serious. They could not figure out what pronouns were for the life of them.
It's like, did you not go to school? Did we not learn this in elementary school, darling?
Well, that's a slightly positioned piece, because as much as elementary school is a thing for the elders and stuff, realize elementary school was happening right off the wheels of segregation and all of them things, and it's depending on how old they were, it happened during Jim Crow.
The good old Jim Crow law.
But in any case, it's the bare minimum of hearing them, because you can use, oh, I don't know who this is, somebody dropped their wallet. That's a gender neutral addressing, and you've been doing it all along. Why is it now that I'm asking you to make a concerted effort that it's an issue?
I don't know. People are weird. It's like when you try and ask them to do something and they feel forced to do it, they're just like, nah, I'm good.
But it's not even a force. I'm asking you out of a space of love. Because if I didn't give a shit, do you think I would be asking you? If you were some random broad on the street and you called me whatever you called me, I would just keep it pushing and I'm going to keep on pumping.
Right.
I love you. That is the whole center of why we're having this whole conversation. Because I love you.
Exactly. You're a regular in my life. I see you all the time. It means, and it impacts me a bit more to hear you use my correct pronouns. So, like, yeah, I get that.
Hell, yeah. I don't typically correct coworkers because I'm just like, yeah, I gotta see you all the time, but I'm here for a check. You can call me whatever you want, as long as they sign up at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I'm in and out. I'm here for a shift. I'll do my job. Give me my pennies. I'm leaving.
It's my money. Oh, it's my money.
But that's all that is. There is genuine time, energy, love, investment, and so many memories, so many other things that I am recollecting to even muster up the courage to address you. Because that's another point that they don't realize. It takes a whole lot of strength to choose to be who you are. Because they have had the opportunity to be who they are from birth or from life and growing up. I'm having to choose, and it wasn't really a choice, because actively, before I knew what non-binary meant, I called myself a unicorn. I called myself special. I called myself unique. There was so many different things I called myself to actively categorize and distinguish myself from people, because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm one of y'all.
Oh my gosh, exactly, yes. Yes. I completely relate to that feeling.
And it's, I mean, it started out with calling myself a unicorn, and people took it as a joke. And then, because I even remember this whole timeline. It happened in late middle school, early high school. As I slowly came into my home, I'm like, I'm kind of a unicorn. And I started out actually making it a joke too, because I'm like, everyone's like, are you a boy or a girl? That was the question everyone asked me my entire life. Are you a boy or a girl? Are you a boy or a girl? Walking out the men's room, someone will, why were you in there?
Why are you here?
I'm like, I'm a boy. And I've always sounded like this. And this is my natural voice. I wish it was a little deeper too, because I'd be feeling I'm gonna reference it again, so y'all get an entire picture of what I'm wearing. I have in I want to say these are 14-inch crochet locks. This is a shoulder bob butterfly crochet locks at that. A set of French tip acrylics with black instead of white, because I'm me. And a full dress up in the office. I have on a camisole. What is it called? A bodycon camisole.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is pushing, sucking, holding, and tucking everything. If I sneeze, this whole house is gonna come down. This is the energy I'm giving right now. I'm giving very much, if I walk down the street and anybody even look at me wrong, I'll cut my eyes and watch you melt. But some days I want to walk out the house in a hoodie and some sweats and be like, hey, yo, what's up, bro? That'll never be me. Do you hear my voice right now? That'll never be me. Which is also a funny aspect of why I'm finding such conflict on my end, on why my family is struggling with recognizing the new me. It's not so new, because I feel like a lot of y'all didn't want to accept it, but saw this coming, because...
Right.
What y'all don't say in my face is the same stuff that y'all didn't say in other people's faces, and I watched y'all say when they weren't around. I don't know. That baby got a little sugar in that tank. That baby a little... a little...
She a little fruity tooty.
Exactly. She one of them little, bull daggers.
Not a bull dagger.
Them bull daggers.
But...
yeah. Say, I'm sorry.
Relate to that feeling of like trying to find that right title, because growing up I never heard of androgynous. I saw examples of it but didn't know what that was, like Orochimaru, he's a very androgynous looking person.
Haku, the original trap that got all the
yes, characters like that where I just be like, oh my gosh, that is so cool how they look and just all of that and everything. I didn't know what to call that. So when people would ask me, I just be like, oh, I'm just eccentric. I'm just different. I'm just me, because that's what I used for long. Is like when people ask what I was, I just be like, I'm just me. Some days I might want to put on a little eyeliner, and some days I just want to wear sweats. But finding androgyny and like completely looking back on my life and like, oh yeah, that's definitely what I've been doing and what I am. But, yeah. Defo.
Do you ever have to like reconcile with yourself and even like reintroduce yourself to yourself? You like, I'm not that person. Cause I had a whole breakdown not breakdown. I didn't cry. It was an internal cry. Kind of like I was crying on the inside, but
Kind of. When I was really trying to figure out because for the longest I was like, I don't know. I felt I could have possibly been trans or maybe non-binary, and I really had to like sit myself down and talk those feelings out with myself and be like, do you really feel that way? Do you really like? I really had to go through the feelings and everything because I think I felt more feminine presenting because I wasn't able to do that as a child. So I am presenting more feminine now because, I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. So
who gonna check you?
That side is just coming out a bit more. But yeah, I definitely had to have that talk with myself and being like, who are you? Exactly. But yeah, definitely did.
I don't know that I know who I am. Let me not lie on that point. I know who I am and all of my gender identity and what aspects are. And then with each growing day, that expands upon itself. But I have the idea and the basis and root of what that is.
Mm-hmm.
However, I had a whole moment where I looked back and I was looking over a lot of my different school photos from 9th through 12th grade year, because I went to the same high school all 4 years. 9th grade year, nobody really looked good. Like, some people were naturally attractive because they bloomed early, but in terms of like put togetherness or like fashion and whatnot, nobody looked, oh my god, yes, like we would do today. But I don't know what I was going on. I had locks at the time. I decided to give myself this cute little bang moment. No, that was very much a bayang. I want to say, I'm trying to remember 10th grade picture there because that one's the one that's always hazy. I think I had locks in that one too. Yes, I did, and I had a rubber band holding my locks back, sort of like the football player look. But like, imagine that with high cheekbones, a bright face, and a really, really nice, pretty smile. The two not matching up. And then on the opposite side of 10th grade, I cut my hair. So I went into 11th grade year and actually no. I'm messing up my timeline. I'm sorry. I cut my hair 11th grade year? Somewhere between 10th and 11th grade year, my hair got cut. Bald. Completely. Call me one of the Dora Milaje.
The big chop, honey.
Very that. Cut off all my hair. It grew back and stuff. I missed picture day. I missed the original picture day. I had to come back on a makeup day. And my hair had grown out. I had braids in. I don't know what happened or whatever. They retouched that picture. I look like one of those memes from TikTok when they do the whole fish hooks thing. Is I like, girl. And the music goes, come on. I swear to God, they photoshopped the fuck out of that picture.
I'm dead.
They turned me into a whole new bitch. I didn't like her. I didn't like the two from before. And the only time I liked any of those pictures came 12th grade year. And it was also around the time of the chop. But my hair had grown back into most of its health in that moment. It still was a little brittle and stuff because I wasn't taking care of it like I should have. Different life circumstances, blah, 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 blah. But I went in simple. They retouched it too, but they did right by me this time. My face was flat. I had on my nice clean shirt, so I was feeling extra sexy because black was always my thing in high school. It still is. I love the color black on me. But our school went from white And I had on a black vest in ninth grade year because I refused to be in all white. I just refused. So I had on my little black sweater vest. Then we went to powder blue. Then we went to heather gray. Then we went to black. In that black, I felt like sleek. I was fine. I had on some, I want to say I had on cargo shorts. That was also my thing because we always had to wear black bottoms all 4 years. Had on some black cargo shorts. I think I had on, and it was during the time when I was really caving into all of my masculinity and coming into myself or whatever. I had on some, not knee-high socks, but whatever you call them socks that dudes be wearing in them slides. Them kind of socks with the black. I had a pair of them on, and I had on my shoes. When I tell you I was black head to toe, if I went into the sun on a hot day, I was gonna fry. But I looked good in my head. Took that picture. All I did was slap some water into my little afro, picked it a little. It was cool. It was sitting. I was looking right. The only picture I enjoyed. And so the whole breakdown, I have to give you that whole history. Stay with me, people. Stay with me. The whole breakdown I had recently was because in being trans non-binary, like I said, I aspire to both sides of my existence. I don't choose a gender. I sort of fluctuate and exist outside of them. And occasionally I do want to gravitate towards masculinity. And it just don't feel authentic the more I continue to look at myself.
Right.
And the whole breakdown was, I look so good until they take this filter off. Cause I know for certain I didn't look at, like, it was an enhanced photo. So I know for certain I didn't look the way that picture made me feel like I looked.
Right. Oh.
No, not in awe. It's okay. But it's the realization having to continuously, even, like I said, reintroduce myself to myself. Because they're like, you're here now. What does the now look like? How can you strive for masculinity within what you currently have? Oh, that big bitch is moving. I'm sorry, there's a spider in my corner. I'm like, yeah! But we gonna get back into this topic, and moreover, did you want to say anything else?
Oh no, girl, that's it, girl.
Then without further ado, we gonna get into these pick and pedals. You ready to answer some damn questions? You got questions?
Yes.
Okay, so that's actually a really good question. Do you think your life changes when you change your last name? They were speaking in the context of marriage. I should probably preface this, neither one of us are married, and as it currently stands, I am single.
We're bit old ladies.
Who said that? Hold on.
Who said that?
Who said that? I'm gonna let you take the reins on this first.
I mean, I don't see why your life would change if you change your last name. Is that last name just taking over your body and just like becoming someone different? I don't think you would.
I think some people think marriage turns them into, like, Beyonce for a second, because she's like, say hey, Miss Carter. Say hey, Miss Carter. Because she wear that man's last name like a badge of honor.
I mean, well, I think that's because she always got what she wanted. You know, she got that little happy family. She's just proud. So in that sense, I guess you could be proud in that way. Like you're married, you're a family lady now. But I don't think your whole person should change just because you got a new last name.
I'm trying so hard not to say anything rude or disparaging because I do aspire to work with Beyonce in the future, and it would be lovely to get a chance to meet, work with, even have some sort of rapport with her. But I'm gonna say it at the risk of even, like,
I'm dead.
I had to, because she did all of that badge of honoring, and then look what happened. She took this man's last name, and he didn't even respect his name.
Oh, period.
And this is no shade to either of them. It's just, I don't feel like all of that attachment I don't feel like she lost who she was. She made his last name better because she became Mrs. Carter and he became Beyonce's husband. Where we all know Jay-Z, because he was Hove before he was Beyonce's husband, but he sort of took a back burner to Beyonce. We all understand. However, it was just that whole, like I said, the whole need to associate yourself with that name and the rebranding of sorts. I get that you were really in love and had been with that man since you were crazy in love and dangerously in love and drunk in love, and damn, that woman was in love.
Look,
she smashed into him. She called the radio. Let me stop. I'm sorry. Oh, my friend is gonna eat me up because he is a diehard Beehive fan.
But look, we gotta say the truth sometimes.
Facts. I don't feel like the weight of that name should have had any bearings on. Oh, but see, because now I'm a hypocrite. Damn, this is a good question. Because now I gotta reframe this. If a name isn't that important, then why am I changing mine? Right. Damn.
But
I hate. This is the problem with having three people talking in your head at one time. Somebody gonna say something out of pocket.
No, because that's the last name. Like, your first name's going to be used more than your last name. And I just feel like that's a bit more important.
I don't know. If I get called in court, they're going to be all like, Miss Roze, subject number 25273, please approach the bench.
What you doing? You got to go to court.
Mind your business. The traffic lights won't run themselves.
Mind your business. You my business. I don't like that.
I know, but okay. So it depends, I guess, is my answer. Like, it's levels to this shit, I guess. There's the name matters. I gotta give the full respect. I did all like giving Beyonce too much, and now I'm like, ooh, but wait a minute.
But wait a minute, I'm changing the name.
The name matters. However, I suppose it's, do you let the name change you would be the follow-up question. Because it's not just about, like, the name change matters, of course, because it's a part of your identity. But did this change your identity? Did your identity change because of the name, or did it enhance who you already were?
Exactly. Does it add on to you?
This is supposed to be an add-on package to your already great insurance plan.
Exactly. Is it a DLC, Mom? Is it a DLC, Mary? Is it?
Or is the whole game gonna crash if this thing ain't here? Is this a plug-in?
Okay, Cyberpunk 2.0, honey.
Is this a software patch?
Is it fixing bugs? All right.
I probably should throw in a little disclaimer. You're in the presence of two nerds, so eat your hearts out.
Ooh.
Okay, question number 2. Have you ever had to sever ties with family? That's a very broad question. Let me reel that in a little bit. Let me see if I can. Well, but I don't want to speak for this. I gotta try, because the episode is about reintroducing yourself. So I guess it's a matter of who you were being a point of conflict with your family enough to have to sever ties or not.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I haven't had to necessarily, because only my immediate family knows. That's really the people that I care about the most. Like, everybody else, my family is very large, so it's hard to keep up about them. So I don't really care if they don't like it or not, you know.
That ain't gonna stop me from living my bills.
Exactly. Like, I am now living my life. For the longest, I've been trying to make y'all comfortable and y'all happy. And now it's my turn to be comfortable and happy within my own body. So if you don't like it, there's the door, honey.
Right, because the issue is, no matter what you do to make them happy, they ain't never gonna be completely happy. And it's always gonna be somebody that got something to say.
Exactly. Like, quick example. When I because I didn't come out to my grandmother as androgynous or gay. Like, I was outed. I was outed to her. And, like, when she found out, she talked to my mom about it. And my mom was just like, well, if you want him to remain in your life, you kind of have to respect him and still love him because nothing has really changed about him. You just found out something new. So she kind of had to be like, okay, if I want my grandson to stay in my life and I care for him enough, I will, accept this. So I guess that could have been my moment of losing someone because I do love my grandmother, but yeah, that's exactly it. Just take me, honey.
I've already told the first half of it. There's only been 2 instances where there's ever been conflict in terms of who I am and having to sever ties and whatnot. Or not. The second one's not exactly a sever so much as the catalyst for the first. But I've already talked about this on here very briefly. I disowned my father. It was my gift to myself on my 21st birthday because actively he never gave me reason to, and I probably would have put up with him, but the last thing he even said to me, conversation wise, because I saw this man face to face the September before my 21st birthday. Was it? No. It wasn't September to my 21st birthday. Excuse me. I lied through my whole mouth. It was the September before my 20th birthday. I was 19 because I remember I was back home. And he came to visit for whatever reason. He was here. His last day in town, because I avoided him like the plague. I really didn't want anything to do with him if I didn't have to, because me and him have always had a very estranged relationship. He's not the most healthy individual. His last day in town, my sister comes over. Different mom, same dad. For those who care, this is my sister. I can't cut her in half. That's my sister. Damn it. My sister came over and we chopping up, we kikiing, having fun, because my sister's always with the shits and giggles, and all of my family really is. Y'all who know me. I'm always with the fuckery. And so we having a good time chopping it up or whatever, and I don't know how it came to conversation, but it came into conversation, and my father said something about people forcing their lifestyles, and my sister knows more. I've never formally had a conversation with her, but she knows more about my existence and who I am and everything than he does, because that man does not pay attention to anything outside of his nose. Like, if it ain't right in front of his face, he don't see it. And my sister was sort of trying to drive the boat. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, no one's forcing anything in your face. They exist. It's not a force. It's not a chokehold. They're not saying you gotta go and put on a dress. They're not saying you gotta go and suck dick. They're not saying your kids or your wife or whatever gotta go eat pussy. No.
Oh my God.
And I didn't say this exactly like this to him, but that was the general premise that I was getting to, because I couldn't even get my words out because he was so adamant about the fact that he felt this wasn't for kids, this shouldn't have been in everybody's face, all of those things. And so in all of those things, like I said, my sister's there trying to reel him back in, say, hey, actually it's not that bad. You kind of wilding over there. I need you to relax a little bit. Just chill out. Chill out for me. Sit on side.
Doing too much.
Kinda, because my sister's a Virgo and I'm a Capricorn. Do with that information what you will. She's trying to be the cute little mediator here, keep everything nice and neat before it gets hellish, because my father's a Cancer, so whatever he feels is what is. His feelings are the law. And so we're dealing with all of this, and it just, the situation gets de-escalated by my sister. It ends up in a stalemate of he said what he said, and he sits in his ignorance, and I'm like, but that's not right. And no matter how right it is, he's like, I don't care, and I don't care. And so that's where it ended up being. That was my severing point. Because there was never going to be any reconciling or room. And I hadn't come out to him. He didn't even have any knowledge of my curiosity. Nothing to do with my identity. Nothing. He knew nothing about me. It was just in that moment, click. And I just Granted, I gave a whole year away and really took time to dwell on it and the decision on whether or not I could actually reconcile with my father, if it was worth it to try and reconcile with my father, whatever I wanted to do. 21st birthday, especially with all the toxicity and shit he kept doing in the house and other different things. I said I wanted nothing to do with that man. Second instance, like I said, definitely fed this whole dealing and everything that happened. Prior to this whole conversation, my great aunt had died. No. Well, she had lived a full life and I got to experience her into adulthood, and so I'm grateful for that. I'm sad that she had to go, obviously, and I'm sad that my siblings didn't get to experience her into adulthood the way I did, because she was definitely a blessing to my life. However, it was a painful existence, and me coming to realize myself and actually talking to my mom and trying to get her advice, because as I was talking to my mom was sort of just force feeding and choking down this information and taking it in, and she's okay now, but then it was like, damn, this is these facts got hands, goddamn. I was trying to, I'm like, hey, so should I, when's the best time to try, and how should I convey this to Auntie Mama? Because that's what I called her growing up. And she was like, I don't think you should. It's really not in your best interest. And we were all aware and understood that she was a very conditional lover. Her love was based on you staying within her line of beliefs. Her love was conditional on you treating her like she felt she deserved to be treated, which is valid. Her love was, we were aware her love had conditions, and we understood the stipulations of loving her. There was an unspoken stipulation, as she was a religious woman, and a very southern, old-fashioned religious woman, she was my grandmother. I don't know 100% that she would have been as accepting, but there was a higher chance my grandmother, because she came to California and had a bit more exposure, and not only that, a bit more understanding and education and everything. My great aunt stayed down in the South. She was from Laurel, Mississippi. Shout out to Laurel. I don't know if anybody's listening, but hey, y'all. You probably knew her. I'm not gonna put her government on the airs because I don't need y'all trying to track me down, but y'all probably knew her. My auntie mama ended up passing, and I felt so terrible because I couldn't really talk to her about so much stuff that was going on, and even in her disease-ridden state, I couldn't talk to her about so much stuff because I didn't want to lose her. I didn't want to stress her out because she had medical issues going on. I didn't want to. There were so many different didn't want to. I didn't want to cause turmoil in the family, because if she found out, she was sort of the family matriarch, which means everybody down there in the family was gonna find out. And my papa still don't know. I don't know that I can tell him. I have to have that conversation with my mom. I kind of want to, and leave it where it is and let that man grow to see me as I am and experience me as I am, because he's still alive and kicking, and I don't want that same feeling of regret and remorse and guilt and pain of her not knowing who I really was, and me not even getting to cherish her in her last moments because I had to be so distant with who I was to maintain our relationship, because I kept having to lie, because she's asking me, how's school, baby, how you dating, you got a girlfriend, you dating anybody, you seeing anybody catching your nose? And as I got older, she was asking a little bit more nosy questions. You out there messing with anybody? You being safe, right? I'm not like, I'm not even out here doing all that. Ma'am, please.
I am a Christian woman. We don't do that.
Very bad, but I'm steering it away. I'm like, I'm just focused on school. I'm just making sure I'm tending to my career.
Me.
Which wasn't entirely a lie, but I couldn't tell her who or what was going on with me and who and what I was, because, like I said, I didn't want to stress her out, because she was already having heart problems and bodily problems and everything. I'm not trying to cause her to have no stress. I'm not trying to lose her if she do survive this information, because she gonna get mad about it. And I'm not trying to deal with the chaos and fallout of everybody else. But after she left this world and I had all them feelings, it was like, never again. Nope. Now, granted, like I said, I'm still gonna have this conversation with my grandfather because he's my last living like elder in the family that I actually
Mm-hmm.
have a relationship with, and I don't I don't think it's fair to him or me to have him not know who his grandchild truly is and actually have the experience of being in his grandchild's life the way he may want to or the way I may even want to, because I feel hesitant to reach out to him because I can't tell him all the things about myself. But
Right.
I refuse to lose another person and have to feel like it was my like well, not my fault clearly that they died, but it was my fault I couldn't really love them the way I should have loved them, because in loving them the way I could love, they weren't going to accept my love. Never that, never again. And so I made it my mission to come out immediately.
Right.
But in any case, that was a whole lot. Ooh. Let me, child, I need a cigarette. That was a lot. I don't even smoke tobacco.
Not the tobacco.
Tobacco.
Give me some of that tobacco.
Not you can have it. That's all you. A lot of these questions we have already addressed.
Where do you see?
What happened?
Where are you seeing the questions?
I have a list of questions that are not in the Discord, unfortunately, because not everyone in the Discord was able to get to the thread in time. And granted, because of the way everything happened, I didn't get a chance to post the questions in that thread either. But alas, I have people DM me questions from multiple different sources. And normally I pull them in one place.
Because I thought it was in like.
It should be in what you would be looking at as the thread for reintroducing yourself to your family. But it's not there. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to put all these questions there. And so for that, I do apologize.
I have to go through my schedule.
The last question we do have available here, though, and I'm going to just answer it flat out before I even ask. No. Is it bad? Is it a bad thing to accept gifts from your family even though they aren't truly aware of who you are or respect who you are? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Give me them gifts. Give me that present.
Thank you.
But no. Mm-mm.
Why should you feel guilty for not... I've said this before in a different PS motherfucking A video. Your ways are the reason why you feel in some type of way now about not knowing about who's ever kids, or like it's your kids or your nieces and nephews or your cousins or your god kids, whatever it is. Your ways are likely the reason why you feel the way you feel about not knowing about their sexuality or gender identity or whatever the case may be. Because you said something in the past probably, or something you did showed them, I don't know if it's a good idea to talk to you. But if you want to run me gifts, that's cool too. I'm gonna hand them over. Hand that motherfucker over.
Give me them gifts.
Very bad. I think, like I said, the rest of these questions are rather redundant and we've already covered them. Let's go ahead and get into the next segment. We're gonna start plugging some new roots. Did you prepare for this at all?
You said new grooves?
Plugging new roots.
What the?
Child. This the segment when we gonna put together, each of us gonna try and put together a playlist for the week to go with the episode.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Oh.
I just forgot the name of it. I was like, girl, what is that?
I appreciate your honesty. You're like, I read the book, I just forgot the name of the chapter.
I read the book but forgot the name of the book, honey. Period.
Well, shit, go ahead and start us off with at least one song, and we'll go back and forth.
So my list is more so the essence of who Naomi is, with a mix of, loving myself and period, that's who I am kind of playlist. So the first one is Throw a Fit by Tinashe.
What song?
Throw a Fit by Tinashe.
I'm the shit. I know I'm not. Oh, I know that song. If you don't buy me, what up?
Hey, hey. Yes. By Miss Tina Shea. Yes.
That tracks. I could see that. I could definitely see that. In terms of new introductions and stuff, I feel like I may have used the song again, but it's still relevant. I think her name is Yael Naeem. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but the song is called New Soul. Excuse me. And like I said, I think I referenced this in season 1 actually. The song very plainly states in the chorus, I'm a new soul. I came into this strange world hoping I could learn a bit by how to give and take. And so in this reintroduction, I'm giving you a piece of me and I'm hoping that you will take it and in turn give me the respect I deserve with this new information. Or give me nothing because all you gotta do is pay it dust really if you ain't tripping on any of it. But in any case, it's a new me, B. On to number 2.
Mine is Dud by Troye Sivan.
Thud?
Dud, yeah.
Like, he a thug in these streets or thud like the dropping sound effect?
No, like stud.
Oh, stud. That's what I was not. Child.
Now he's making a song called Thug.
I'm like, hold on. When did he? I know he came out as gay. He was messing around with Max Connor. Probably got him sometime. Let me stop. Jesus.
Ooh. But yeah, I chose that song because it more so relates to the feeling that I felt when I was younger growing up and just kind of like not being able to relate to my peers' masculinity because I didn't look the way that they did, I didn't talk the way that they did, I didn't sound the way that they did. So it's kind of like a song about like being jealous and admiring that masculinity and not being able to relate to it. That's how I interpret the song. But yeah.
Okay, that's actually really, well. I won't say cute because that seems rude to start. But like, oh yeah, that's cute. That's cute or whatever. No, that's not. That's not how I mean it. That's really sweet that you actually played it in that regard. There's ways to contextualize that entire consumption, and for me, I'm like, cute. I like it. For me, my second song is gonna be "Supermodel" by SZA. Actually,
as it should be.
You know, well, first of all, SZA can do no wrong. I don't speak fluent SZAnese. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but what I do understand is it's been a while since. Let me stop. Let me stop. I'm so sorry.
That is my greatest fear.
I am about to make the entire internet hate me more than they hate Wendy Williams. And it's because I can't shut up. Ooh, that's why they hate her too.
Impossible, darling.
But honestly, I chose Supermodel more so because of the skit that starts out with her mom. That is my greatest fear. That if I lost control or did not have control, things would just, I would be fatal. And then just the whole context of Supermodel is writing a song to someone who didn't necessarily see the value in who you were, and you see the value in who you are. And since they didn't see that value, you're putting them in the past along with the person that you were that they didn't appreciate.
Okay.
I mean, there's more to it too, obviously. It doesn't fit like a glove, but because the song is about a relationship. But in general context, I could write an essay and make it stretch enough for it to be like, I see where you're there for.
See what you're doing. I see it.
Hey, my entire sense of arguing always comes from the point of if I can write a paper about it, a solid paper that I can make a distinct argument, you can't dispute me.
Period.
What are we on? Number 3?
We are.
I can't count.
Oh!
I this many.
We on again, but my third one is like that B by Flo Milli.
I walk around like that bitch. Okay. I'm like, wait, what? My brain don't
That
process song titles. I'm like, there's a long ass. I don't know if you remember them old school iPods where you had to scroll your thumb around a little circle to get down the list. There's a gigantic one of those in my head, like from Scary Movie. I want to say it was Scary Movie 4 that just scrolled every time somebody mentioned a song, and I'm like, oh, I know that one.
yes. I get that.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, this one because I feel like it's kind of explanatory. It's a hype, encouraging song. Well, for me, it is because I am that bee. But, it's just it lifts me up. So
I feel like you just like to flex to that song. You a flexer. That's what I'm noticing.
Alexa, darling, I don't know what that means.
You are the flex. That's why you don't know what it means. Duh. My song is Wasabi by Little Mix, actually. Mostly and I wanted to address this song to the long-standing, and I went on a rant about this because it pissed me off. People who feel the need to put their mouth on you unnecessarily. Like, the fuck you got to talk about me for? But you know what? As a matter of fact, you talking about me, it means I'm relevant. Keep going, bitch. Cause I'm still popping. And what? And what about it?
Keep going.
And moreover, it's probably a toxic mindset, but it's the mindset I have. Keep that same energy. Cause I know I'm going places. Keep that same energy you had about me and that whole taste you had in your mouth about me. When I didn't have a damn thing going for me except for all the chaos you felt and all the bullshit you felt like talking about, when I do make it. Because I'm going to act like you the same person who is just doing that when I make it. We see each other. We good.
We see each other. We see each other. I love that.
Number 4. Numbers are hard. Okay, I just said I can't count. Goddamn it.
It's hard. It is.
Number 4.
I think my number 4 is Bambi by Clario.
I don't know that song.
Oh my gosh, Claria, she's an amazing musician. She fits my aesthetic of music, which is very bedroom pop. Mm-hmm. So this song is more so just for the aesthetic of Naomi. So Bambi is Naomi, I guess.
I'm regretting one though. I don't regret this song, but I don't know that I want to use it, especially in contrast to that song because I have no context to it. But my number 4 on my list was "Bad Side" by Tink.
I love Tink. Oh my god,
that song is for me because again, this is a song about a relationship, but in my head, I'm contextualizing it in regards to this topic about family members who are devoted to being toxic, and we don't necessarily have this healthy dynamic because of whomever I am and whatnot, but I still want you around because again, I love you, and I hope one day that you won't come to not your senses, but like come around to the right side of things because you mean well, but things just don't work out that way. The bridge basically just goes straight, or not the bridge, excuse me. The hook goes, you get on my bad side, but I ain't gonna act like I don't want you here with me.
Oh.
God fucking damn it, Dave. I can't ditch you.
I can't even act like I don't want you here, sis.
Right. Like,
on my nerves.
Right, that's actually the second part. Is like, you get on my last nerves, but I ain't gonna say a word because I want you here with me.
Oh, because I want you here with me.
Yeah, that song.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
We made it to number 5. I didn't think it was gonna happen so fast. Well, technically, it ain't been that fast because
I have a number, but I'm like, do I want to do that? Doesn't make sense if I explain it that way. But I don't know. I guess my number 5 would be "Do You Light Up" by Dijon.
Dijon?
It's Dijon, yeah.
Like the mustard?
Yeah. Oh my god, yes. But that's my husband. He's amazing. But this song, I imagine it singing it to myself as I was like discovering androgyny. Because for the longest, I felt so lost. Even after coming out, I still felt a hole in me was missing. So this song is kind of like to me finding my androgyny because I don't think I wouldn't be complete without it. Because now I feel complete. So this is like a love song to myself.
My number 5 is actually "Lonely" by Chloe and Halle. Mostly just teaching you the value of appreciating and sticking to yourself, because in all these reintroductions, they may go well, they may be anticlimactic and neutral, but in all of this, like, it's, even if it don't work out or whether it works out or not, I need you to make peace with the idea of being alone so that you are self-sufficient and secure in yourself and know that more will come along the way, but you got to start with you.
Exactly. I love how both her ending songs are just about like loving ourselves. Love yourself.
Don't be gay.
If you can't love yourself, how the heck can you love anybody else?
RuPaul, the master of all things anti-gay. Anti-gay, anti-everything. That man is a white man in brown clothing. Brown skin.
But look.
You know what? I'm not going to discredit his blackness. You're right. I'm sorry.
Out of everything that he's done, that holds truth. Okay? You gotta love yourself first, honey.
I mean, true. He do in fact love himself over all of the respective communities he belongs to. And the rest of them, too. Because I really can't get past that man owns a farm and is okay with fracking, because like they be digging all the oil in his backyard. Exactly. But I'm gonna leave that there. That ain't my business. You see how I shut the fuck up and mind my business?
That's none of my business. That's none of my business.
I'm gonna do what my mama been saying my entire life. I'm gonna rest the top on the bottom. My entire life, she used to. Anytime I was talking too much and she wanted a gentle reminder, she'd be like, "Rest the top on the bottom." Cause if your top lip is on your bottom lip, what are you doing? Nothing. Not saying nothing.
Silence.
We got all 5 of them damn songs out. It looked like ooh. Oh, you gotta put your mother, put your little cardigan on, fold it over. Your mother, your grandmama, put your little baby, get your good wisdom. I don't know if you need a piece of butterscotch, whatever it is. You gotta dig up all that good advice energy, cause we're turning a new leaf.
Not the butterscotch.
Pop your butterscotch in, get your little gray cardigan, and go sit in your rocking chair, baby.
Hold on, baby. Let me
get you a peppermint if your sugar low. You know them sugars.
Let me get my bonnet and my good teeth.
Get out of my house. Immediately. Because you're cruising for a bruising.
Get out of my Caucasian home. I want you gone.
I guess I'll start this one, considering I keep putting you up to go first for everything else. I'm so sorry. What we got? We're gonna turn a new leaf this way. Always choose you, because you're taking all these pieces, and not just taking all these pieces, you're giving so much of yourself to the world because your job needs you there for whatever they need of you. If you're chasing a dream, you got to be at school and give yourself to your dream. You got to take time to choose you for you as well, because otherwise you're going to stretch yourself all apart, and eventually stretching yourself in all these parts, you're going to rip somewhere at the very least, or much worse, you'll probably break and tear into all of those pieces, and trying to repair yourself after breaking is just far too much. It's much easier to massage yourself, and if you need to, reclaim yourself from these spaces that are stretching you too thin, because not everybody's hands need to be pulling you. Choose you.
Mm-hmm. Dang, I was gonna say something like that, but I guess to
I'm so sorry.
To kind of cheat off your paper.
That's fine. Just change a couple of the answers.
But I guess don't be afraid to be selfish when it comes to your own happiness. You know, and also don't be afraid to cut off blood relatives. You know, just because your blood does not mean they want the best for you. Does not mean
God, you better preach, Pastor.
You know, because if people are really there for you, if they really love you, they don't care what's going on in your life. They don't really care, as this whole thing is about, that they just found something new about you. So don't be afraid to let family members go, sis. If it ain't benefiting you, if it isn't doing you any good for your mental health or whatever, let them go. Let them go.
Do you mind if I tag a little bit on your answer real quick? Because it's sang to me. I'm sorry, it did. That bitch had a whole opera voice.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Like I mentioned it again, I disowned my father. A major part of this whole blood relatives thing is you having to, and you making this decision doesn't mean you're right, doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you have to make the decision for you. Reconciling that blood relatives and family love you because they have this sense of loyalty out of obligation.
Mm-hmm.
They love you because they have to. Realize that in letting them go, you are doing both yourself and them a nice courtesy. A great, not even a courtesy, because it's not courteous. It's a great kindness, even though it hurts. It's the kindest thing you can do for both of yourselves. To eliminate the part that's putting so much stress on this relationship, why not just end it?
Right.
And moreover, realize as well, for every blood relative you cut off, you're probably going to have 2 to 3 chosen relatives, if not more, who are going to come in there. And realize with chosen family, they're not there because they had to be there. They don't ever have to be there.
Yes.
They don't ever have to be there. If they decide to walk out your life tomorrow, you had them for that moment and they chose to be there for the entire time they were there. And that is a beautiful thing to know, that you have someone there loving you because they fucking want to.
Exactly. I think that's just one of the greatest things that we have as queer people, as chosen family, because we are all kind of going through the same thing. It may be different levels and stuff, but we chose to be together. We chose to support each other and uplift each other no matter what is going on. And it's I think people will be like, oh, but that's my sister or that's my brother, but it's but they're a dick to you, sis. Let them go.
That's your sister or your brother. Are they acting very sisterly, brotherly?
Are they being a brother to you? Exactly.
Do they have any of your interests in mind when they open their mouth? Or are they just saying whatever they want to say?
Exactly. If they're doing nothing but negative things to you that bring you down instead of uplift you, are they really a sister? Are they really a brother? Are they really being a good parent to you? It's I don't see the reason in keeping them around.
Don't keep them around. Wait, that's not the words. Whatever Troy Sivan said.
You gotta break free. We're breaking free.
We're sorry.
Yes. High School Musical had a word in it somewhere, sis. It had a word to preach.
It had a lot of words. That was the problem. That's why I never finished all of them movies. Anyways.
It had a lot of words.
We're reaching the last part of it. We gonna wrap this thing up. But before we wrap it up, do you want to plug yourself? Where can the people find you? You got any projects coming up? Events? Things people should be on the lookout for?
You can follow me on Instagram, where my store is as well. My Insta is Tony9768.
Ooh.
Tony with an I.
Come on, Miss Braxton. We love a good black business.
But
hey, yo. I'm going to the doctor, and you will be receiving this invoice for whatever damage just happened to my nose, because that was violent.
But yeah, current projects. I've been working on a painting for like 2 months now. It is 75% complete, but hey, she will be available as a t-shirt soon. So keep a lookout on my store.
I mean, here's the thing. If it took you 2 months to get to 75%, then I mean, you should be done within the next week and a half, 2 weeks, if my math was right.
So you would think. But mama,
that's not how the creative juices work.
It's like I work, and then my work tiredness makes me procrastinate more. So I'm just like, ugh. It should have been finished a month ago. But I'm sitting myself down in a room, locking the door so I can't escape, and I'm just working on it. So,
not you kidnapping yourself.
Look, we gotta do. It's gotta get done. It's gotta get done.
We got our boys. Reel it in. The authorities are on their way. As always, I thank you so much for allowing me to be myself and sharing myself with you. You all know where to find me on all social media. Until next time, it has been me, Tabla Rosa, aka La Rosa Negra, or Black Rose if you're nasty, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.